I just bought 40 acres in the hood. Everybody's telling me I'm crazy, but stay tuned. I'm going to show you and tell you why I'm not. What up, man? It's your boy Shadzilla, and I just bought 40 acres in my hood. And I want to teach you how you can buy upland in your neighborhood as well. If you look at my shirt, you can see gentrification versus revitalization. We got gentrification crossed out, and what we want to do is revitalize the neighborhood. We got a $60 million revitalization effort across 6 sites to build 250 homes over the next 3 years. But that doesn't happen with vision. That doesn't happen without seeing the value in your neighborhoods. The way I came across this land, I actually purchased a flip from an estate. So I'm purchasing a flip, and it's an estate sale. So it took us about 8 months to close. And while I'm waiting to close. One day, I asked the magic question. I asked the realtor. I said, "Hey, does the estate have anything else?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, we got 8.5 acres in Eastdale." So I'm thinking like, man, where on earth are they gonna find 8.5 acres in Eastdale? Like it just didn't exist. Like I'm like, where is it? So lo and behold, he gave me the address. I looked it up on the MLS. I see what they were selling it for, and then he said something else that piqued my interest. He said, well, before the owner died, he had got him entitled for 24 single family homes. And I was like, okay, so the work has already been done. Like it's already entitled, it's already ready to go. So I actually purchased the lot sight unseen without even walking the lot. I just did with everything all the research that I did online, going through the GIS maps, calling down to the city, making sure it was buildable, everything checked out. My first time walking the property was after closing because it was a wooded. I had to go through the woods in a machete. You'll see the video of me going through the woods with a machete. Couldn't even get through there. And now we cleared the land. We put the infrastructure in the ground. We got about $1.5 million into it, with another $6.5 million to go. So we're pretty much rolling on that. But that's one of the things that I want to talk about today is how we can bring revitalize our neighborhoods, love on our neighborhoods. And one of my taglines is to turn hoods back into neighborhoods. Um, one of one of our first, I won't say developments, but revitalization efforts was to bring back a car wash that was shut down for like 6 or 7 years. I saw the value in it. I felt that I could go in and bring that business back to life, and it's been thriving now currently for 2 years. And now the people on this side of town don't have to drive on the other side of town in order to wash their cars. So next we're looking at bringing a grocery store, and after that we're looking to bring a bank. Because why is this certain area need to go across town to go to the grocery store? Like why is it a food desert? And we'll get into that a little more. Same thing with the bank. Like why are there no banks? Like why is there no thriving businesses there? And I was talking to one city council member at a neighborhood meeting, and he said him and his group, because Walmart was in the area at one point, but Walmart ended up leaving, and they had been trying to get other stores like Aldi, other stores, Food City, different type of stores, grocery stores, but they kept saying no, we don't want to come in that area because the average median income is too low. So basically what they're saying is they don't think the people in that area have enough disposable income to rectify them being there. So instead of businesses coming, businesses are actually leaving, and that's why we want to create mixed use neighborhoods. Not all low income, not all market rate. We need mixed use. We need a balanced ecosystem. The goal is to bring the AMI up, so stores when they see that AMI, they want to come to that area. I mean, if Walmart left and Dollar General left, we in trouble. So it's going to take a group effort, to bring that AMI up. And it's going to take mixed income communities. It's going to take someone like me being the first one through the door. I don't mind being the first one through the door because I feel like what we're building is going to be indestructible. We're keeping the prices under 300,000. We have some units starting in the low 200s. That's unheard of right now. given what the cost to build in these areas are, plus the infrastructure to put in the ground to make it a living, breathing, thriving community. So we're on the front lines of that. And we're also looking at doing some tax abatement stuff, some law tech, pilot programs, things like that. So, we could actually sell the homes for cheaper or rent them out for cheaper. But without those subsidies, it's going to be tough. I was reading an article on LinkedIn the other day, and it was just comparing the word affordable, and they was comparing affordable, and they were comparing tax credits, and they were saying something like those two names shouldn't be hand in hand. You should be able to build an affordable house without having to get tax credits. But at this day and age, it's impossible to do. In order to build an affordable house, you need tax credits. You need tax abatements. You need every single trick in the book you need in order to get these prices down. Because right now, if I pay market for the house, I pay market for the materials, I pay market for the labor, I'm going to have to sell it for market price unless I'm going to take a loss, unless, I was a trust fund baby or something. And, I got all this money. But when you're trying to build a business, if you're paying market for everything, you have to sell it for market. And that's why that article was so good to me. And I saved it and I sent it to my team because affordable shouldn't be synonymous with tax credits or government assistance. We should be able to build a affordable home at a good price for the people. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying, man. We got to unlearn the old thinking, the old way of thinking, and relearn. A lot of people, even though I'm going into these neighborhoods with the good intention of making it a thriving community, I think what's worse than, because a lot of people just hate developers, but I think what's worse than just hating developers and thinking everybody fit in the same box, I think doing nothing is even worse than that. Because the land that I just purchased, I mean, that land has been there since the beginning of time. People have driven by that land, didn't see any value, didn't want to do it. It was a dumping ground. We took out 10 truckloads of tires from there. It's flooded and it's a dumping ground. So now we put about $400,000 worth of storm drains in to ensure that it doesn't flood. And also, it's not a dumping ground anymore. It's going to be a living, breathing, thriving community. And like I said, man, before you judge what we're doing, know the whole story, because what we're doing is coming in and loving on the community. We're educating the community with community engagement. We're holding home buyer seminars. We're having expert panels to help people in their business, their personal business, and also fireside chats with me where someone interviewing me, and you're in the audience. You can do Q&A, and just trying to, all the knowledge that I've gained from traveling, going to all these conferences, being in these masterminds, having these coaches, everything that I've learned by reading books, all of my wisdom from being hard knocks, from being out here in the field, just transferring that information back to the community. And definitely, we would love for you to show up. Definitely show up for that. And because what we're doing, this is just the beginning. 250 homes over the next 3 years. This is just the beginning. Um, we would love for you to come be a part of the journey. And I'm actually starting a community. Now, this is not one of those coaching communities where, this is going to be like a hard sell. If you don't see value in that, in joining the community, then don't ask me questions in the comments. That's fine. But to have direct access to me and my team and my extended team and the speakers that I'm going to come have speak weekly on different topics and things like that, me going live on site, explaining what everything is, what storm drains is and why they're important, what sewer lines are and why they're important, or what a compaction test is, the different types of gravel you need to use for different things, like all of that stuff. And the information that we're going to give you is going to save you hundreds, if not millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. So we're going to be pushing out our community pretty soon. And I came up with a way to get a good base in there first. We're going to go very cheap at $25 a month. for the first founding members, first 200 founding members. So if you're interested, definitely click the link below. We'll still be coming with videos like this, explaining everything that we're doing, but definitely get in the community. And if you get in early, that's great. You consider it a one-on-one. If you're the only one in there, I mean, we got people in there now, but if you get in early and it's not like filled out, consider that an advantage to get all your questions answered. Consider that like a one-on-one. Like we gotta change the way we look at things, you know. So um yeah, so I just want to talk about how I bought my entire neighborhood. I'll get into what to look for when you purchasing land in the next video. But if you got any questions on what I went over today, I just want to introduce myself, let you know that this series will be that I'll be keeping this series coming. Drop your comments in the comments, and I'll answer them. And if you have a good question or comment, I'll respond with a video. Definitely, if you're interested in joining the community, click the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.